Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with the next review of the Terror in the Aisles challenge. This time, Jason and I watched Halloween 2. I shot him 6 times. Halloween 2 is the 1981 follow-up to John Carpenter's Halloween, and like the first one, it was featured in Terror in the Aisles. Just like how many consider John Carpenter's original to be a perfect horror film, many consider Halloween 2 to be a perfect horror sequel. It's definitely one of the best, I'll admit that. It's not my personal favorite, but I do love it. Before I get into the actual movie, I just want to point out that this here is the original MCA VHS release of Halloween 2. It features this classic cover art, and this tape is insanely rare and insanely expensive now. Halloween 2 picks up right where Halloween left off. Loomis had just shot Michael 6 times, and believe me, he's sure to remind everyone. Michael manages to survive the ordeal and escapes into the neighborhood. He visits a few random neighbors, kills one of them, and then proceeds to follow Laurie Strode to the hospital. Haddonfield Memorial Hospital, by the way, is the quietest, deadest hospital in cinema history. Maybe. Probably. I can't actually confirm that. When Michael arrives at the hospital, he kills a security guard, a doctor, nurses, and more, all in his pursuit to kill Laurie Strode, who we find out in this sequel is his sister. Now, I mentioned this in my review for Halloween. John Carpenter wrote the sibling storyline while drunk. He never originally intended for Laurie and Michael to be related. That was the genius of the first film. Michael was just the boogeyman, a crazed mental patient that would kill anyone. That, for me, makes Halloween 2 less scary. If you're not Laurie Strode or related to Michael, and if you don't get in his way, you're pretty much safe. With maybe the exception of Alice, I have no idea why Michael kills her. Maybe he was worried she'd call the cops after hearing Mrs. Elrod scream. I don't know. Can I also just say, poor Ben Tramer. Loomis does what he does in the sequel, trying to get to Michael before Michael gets to Laurie. He doesn't even recognize Marion Chambers, who he was just with hours before. Halloween 2 does feature some great kills, like the hot tub. I can give you 2 more reasons why that scene is great. My biggest flaw with Halloween 2, though, has always been the pacing. It's not awful, and I've seen much worse, but it definitely could have used an edit here and there. I don't need to see security guard Garrett fumbling around that long, and I don't need to see Laurie taking so long to walk down the hallway. Even the scene of her trying to use the phone is just a bit too long. Scenes like that slow this one down for me, but it still doesn't take away the fact that Halloween 2 truly is one of the greatest horror sequels. Like I said in my previous review, no movie is perfect. My Halloween review video was pretty long, my longest review yet for the Terror in the Aisles challenge, so I'll end this one here. There really isn't much else to say about Halloween 2 that hasn't been said before. Originally, my relatable recommendation was going to be Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, because that's my favorite sequel in the franchise. I decided instead, though, to go with Visiting Hours. I mean, why recommend Halloween 4 when I'm sure you've all seen it? But maybe you haven't seen this one. Visiting Hours was released a year after Halloween 2, in 1982. This one features a female survivor of a killer who is followed to the hospital by that killer. Sound familiar? It's another early 80s slasher in a hospital setting. I've always loved this VHS cover art as well. It reminds me of a Light-Brite and Legos. And now that I'm looking at it here, side by side, a little like the Terror in the Aisles cover art. I guess that really makes Visiting Hours a relatable recommendation. What are your thoughts on Halloween 2? Comment below and let me know. And please be sure to check out Jason's review. I said it more than 6 times because I say it every video. We'll be back soon with another review for the Terror in the Aisles challenge. Until then, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.